give your tears to the tide.
also very special. You can only find it in the jungle, so far away from here. But if you find it, and if you touch it, your world can change forever. If you touch its skin, you can feel your body changing, and your vision also. Blue becomes red, and red becomes blue, and your mommy
Good evening, Tunbridge. How are we doing? Good evening, good evening, good evening. It is May the 3rd, Sunday night, which means it's the return of the Big Tunbridge online pub quiz. Good evening to all of you, wherever you are. We're all connected to Tunbridge in some way. The majority of us are playing in Tunbridge. I'm not, and some of you aren't, but we're all connected to Tunbridge in some way. So we're going to have a fun yet competitive quiz this evening with 50 fast and furious questions to test you tonight. Let's have a look and see who's already chatting to us. Over on the side here, we've got Gwen, who's in Dover. Good evening to Welsh Gwen, who's connected to Tunbridge, sitting in Dover. Barbara was trying to get on and not understanding how it works. So hopefully, Barbara, my little message to you there has helped you out. Good evening to James, who's in South London, and David is trying to get on as well. So for those of you that are joining for the first time, and there is going to be an awful lot of new players tonight because we have topped over 500 people on the group on on Facebook in just a couple of weeks. So we know we've got not lots of new players. I should introduce myself. My name is Mark. I'm your quiz master, and I will be taking you through this evening. We've got 13 or so minutes until we start, but please don't worry about the countdown on myquiz.org. We will start when we are good and ready with a manual start made by me. So David, hopefully you can get logged in. It's very simple. We advise 2 devices. The stream that you're looking at right now, you should put that on your TV or on a laptop so you can view it and hear me. And then using a mobile phone or a tablet or a second laptop, go to www.myquiz.org, enter code, which is tonight 256703. Pop that in and you're good to go. And we can see that we've got 75, 76 people already logged in and ready to play. Very, very hopeful that will get higher tonight. We're aiming to beat 138 players, which we had last week. And it was a great quiz last week. Really, really good fun. And this is how it ended up for those of you that were with us. So it was incredibly close, and it came down in the end to one final question at the end where you had to try and pick out Batman villains. And 2.4 children jumped to the top of the tree right at the end to take the prize, which was donated by Winterdale Cheeses. So a cheese hamper has gone off to the lucky recipients of 2.4 children. Well done to everybody else that managed to get into the top 10 there. As I say, we had 138 people, so to get into the top 10 in this quiz is quite something. Now, I had no idea who 2.4 children was, if you were watching the stream last week, and then my rather smug little brother said, "Hey, guess who won?" And there he is. Whilst he's trying to put the kids to bed in the playroom there, he managed to play along on his phone as he was putting his 2 little kids to bed, and he came out on top. So Matthew, all right, you're smug, but you totally deserved it. You came back, and luckily he's a comic book fan. So that worked out well, didn't it, mate? Well done to you. So yeah, a little bit of nepotism maybe, but I promise you he didn't have the answers. He is a good quizzer in his own right. We sometimes play in a quiz team together at the Checkers in Tunbridge when I'm back. So well done to Matthew and Em, his missus, who somehow managed to win last week's quiz whilst putting 2 little children to bed. No connection to Tunbridge, but wants to try and beat Dan Elliott's score. Gwen, that's all that matters. Anyone that wants to beat my cousin Dan, I'm down with that, okay? If you feel Dan is too good, try and beat Auntie Celia. That's more an attainable target, and she's probably going to give me a clip round the ear when I next see her. But I do have a lovely bit of banter with me Auntie Celia. So tonight's quiz, it's very simple. 50 questions back to back. You get 15 seconds per question. They're all multiple choice, so you can tap away and take a guess if you're not sure what the answer might be. The questions are based around general knowledge, maybe some current affairs, and definitely a little bit of trivia here and there about our town, which is Tunbridge. We have a gap of 30 seconds, I believe it is tonight, in between each question. So it's fast and furious. We don't stop. There's no other breaks. Once we start, we just keep going. You have to really stick with it and never give up, never blink, because every single question does count. We just went up to 100, then back to 99. 138 players is what we're hoping to beat tonight. We've still got 10 or 11 minutes till we start, so lots of time for people to join in. If you've got friends that, we've got lots of messages, people saying, "Oh, I forgot to play, I wanted to play." If you've got friends that you're expecting to play, send them a quick message now. Just say, "Are you logged in? Come on, get sorted. We want to play." Up to 105, look at that. It's going to climb rapidly. Let's see how high we can go. So, lots of new players tonight. Let me tell you how the scoring does work. So, multiple choice, as I say, when the options come on your screen, all you've got to do is tap the correct answer. If you get it right, you get 5 points. Easy peasy. Get it wrong, you get a 0. Now, we do have some bonus questions going through the quiz. One near the beginning, one in the middle, one near the end somewhere. And those questions are questions that have multiple correct answers. I believe tonight that all of the questions are 3 answers, but I could be wrong. It could be 4. But if you read the question carefully, you will know. For every one of those answers that you get on one of those particular questions, you get 5 points, meaning that if there are 3 answers, you could get 15 maximum. But beware with those questions. If you tap an incorrect answer, as well as say 2 correct answers, then the 2 correct ones will only be worth 1 point each. The points will drop right down, okay? So those questions are really where the quiz can be won and lost sometimes, as we saw last week with my little brother. He came back in the last 2 questions and came from, I think, 4th or 5th to take victory on the final question. So never, ever give up is the motto, I would say. We offer speed bonuses on every single question as well. So tons of points to be won if you are fast. 3, 2, 1. Quite simply, If you're fastest, you get 3 points. If you're second fastest, 2. Third fastest gets 1. And there is a way to enter your answer very, very quickly. If you're positive you've tapped the correct answer, don't wait for the counter to go down. The way to enter your answer is to press the answer button, which is right there. So click the correct one, press answer, and that will log it nice and quickly, and maybe get you some speed bonuses. We have got people just trying to join in on the Facebook group, so I'm going to go quickly over there. I can see the notifications coming up. So some people want to get in on the group. I don't want them to miss out. So this is the most boring part of the stream whilst I quickly go and allow these people in. Someone's just got a message to say come and play. Clearly, there you go, approved, and you are in. All right. Okay, so who else have we got then? Good evening, Ian. The Wrights have been looking forward to playing all week. I'm so sorry we can only do it for you once a week, but I have got so many other quizzes that I do literally for people around the world, and Sunday is the night that I can definitely fit you guys in. I love the fact that the Wrights are back again. The Wrights and the Bacons, it's like the Hatfields and the McCoys, isn't it, if you know your history. They seem to be up against each other, you know, like this every single Sunday. It's always good fun to see who comes out on top with those guys. We had tremendous fun this afternoon. This is actually my second quiz of the day, because this afternoon I did something that I've never done for the first time. I actually hosted a quiz for some children. I hosted a quiz for Gemma's daughter, Gemma, who runs the Sustained Food Bank, who we are supporting tonight. Her daughter Belle is 11 today, and if she's still up and still watching, happy birthday to you again, Belle. And we did a quiz for 45 of her classmates and had tremendous fun. And that quiz came down to the very last question as well. And a girl that had not been in the lead at all suddenly jumped from 4th to 1st on the final question and won herself a load of sweeties. So really good fun. If anybody's ever interested in getting a birthday quiz or an anniversary quiz or something, drop me a line. You can find my details on our Facebook page. Let's talk about prizes tonight, because prizes, well, we never expected to give away any prizes. Good evening, Linda and Frank, my old mates Linda and Frank there. I can't wait to see you guys again. It's going to be a while. That's my sister's mother and father-in-law there. Prizes. We never set out to do this to give away prizes. We wanted to do it just as a bit of fun and maybe raise a few pounds for the Sustained Food Bank, which we'll talk about in a second. But my plea for prizes has been heard, and so many of you have come forward that we're actually able to offer quite a few prizes tonight. So we'll start with this. This is going to be our winner's prize tonight, and let's say thank you to the landlord down at the George and Dragon, who has said that he would like to give a prize every single week. So what we've decided to do, thank you Garth so much for this, what we've decided to do is every single week, the winner will simply win a bottle of Prosecco delivered by Garth, the landlord, from the George and Dragon, provided you are, of course, living in Tunbridge or the surrounding area. He will come and bring that to you. Now, the even better news, perhaps, if you didn't know, and obviously there's a few pubs that might be doing this, but the George and Dragon especially, one of the oldest pubs, one of the best well-known pubs in the town, they are open for takeaway. Was it 4:30 to 6:30, and then they deliver after 6:30. You can order your favourite pints on draft, you can order bottles, you can order whatever, and this is a way that one of the oldest and greatest pubs in the town can survive. So if you fancy getting some drinks in, maybe you've got a birthday or something like that coming up, or maybe it's just Friday or Saturday, heck, maybe it's Tuesday morning, I don't know, I'm not going to judge. Please consider ordering from the George and Dragon, get some takeaways, and they'll be delivered to you in the evening. You can see Garth's number and email just there, and we will make sure that that is posted on our Facebook page as well. So now that is going to be a regular prize. Every single week, if you win, you get a bottle of Prosecco. And then we've got some more prizes. Now, the way that we're going to do these prizes, we're not just going to hand them out to the top players. So top player tonight gets the Prosecco, but then we're going to drop down to 50th place tonight. And 50th place, thanks to Graham, who is at Sports GB Massage Therapy. Now, this is something I would like to win as a runner. He's offered every single week a 1-hour massage session, which is just amazing. What a brilliant gift for him to give to us. Now, you don't have to be a sportsman. You don't need to be pre or postnatal. Just going for the massage, a full body massage is so good. It just is the most amazing thing to get done. Now, obviously, this is not going to happen whilst we're in lockdown, but Graham will be in touch and he will make sure that everybody is booked in for the future as soon as you're allowed out, as soon as it's safe to go and get it done. So finish in 50th place tonight and you will get a 1-hour massage session with Sports GB Massage Therapy. So that's a regular prize as well. That will be in every single week, but we haven't finished. There's another one, and this is our guest sponsor tonight, and this one everybody wants. I've had so many messages about this. Now, How nice would this be? Yeah, you can get drinks delivered, you can get food delivered, but how about getting homemade ice cream, 4 massive tubs of it delivered to your front door from Taywell Ice Creams? They're based in Paddock Wood. They are a small family-run business, and they produce both sorbets and ice creams that are 100% natural. They've got no artificial additives, colours, or all those awful things that go into, the more well-known, shall we say, ice creams. And they are doing home delivery in order to try and keep their business alive. So I urge you as well, if you want a bit of a treat, I believe, and I'm sure that Ross will correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that it is free delivery in the immediate area if you order £15 or more. Look, how about a treat? Just order yourself in from more than 100 different flavors, some beautiful ice cream. But if you come 100th tonight, you're going to get 4 500ml tubs delivered to your door, and you're welcome to go and choose which flavors you can have. So look, there's Ross's number, there's his email, sales@taywell.com, and you can go and look them up, taywell.co.uk. Thank you so much for sponsoring us tonight. They are in this evening. Maybe they'll come in again in the future. But for tonight, finishing 100th, you get yourself ice cream. Isn't that good? So what have we got? We've got Prosecco, we've got ice cream, we've got massage. I mean, that is a proper night in, is it not? You can't win them all. Right, let's have a look over here, see what's going on with you guys. Oh, there's so many messages. So we know about the Wrights and the Bacons. Nosy Noisy are regulars. We're only 3 quizzes or so in, aren't we? But we do have regulars, all right. Good evening, Anna. And then my brother is back defending his title from last week, and he's got the kids down, so he's going to be a real danger tonight. He's not going to be trying to play with a baby under his arm. Who else? Steve is coming in. Steve Piper, good evening, mate. Eclipse Property. Oh, that would be my sister and her boyfriend down in Exeter, but they are obviously connected to Tunbridge. The Blundells and the Pipers are in, and big shout out to Gwen from Essex, my mother-in-law to be, who we've convinced to give this quiz a go. Well, Gwen, you are incredibly welcome. I don't know if is that the same Gwen? Is that it could be Welsh Gwen, or maybe we've just got 2 Gwens. I don't know. It'd be lovely if we had 2 Gwens. Team Green are coming in from North Tunbridge. Torquay. Yes, sorry, Hannah, you were in Exeter, weren't you? You're in Torquay now. The thing is, when I come down there, I just go to Exeter. I just always forget to tell you. Emma's playing with her kids tonight. Hope the 11-year-olds just heard the word ice cream. Is there a Pokemon question tonight? I don't know. I'm not going to tell you anything. Listen, we're a minute or so away from starting. The last thing that I'm going to tell you about is, of course, the charity. Now, you've heard about this a lot, but I'm going to keep telling you because, well, let me start off by telling you what you've done so far, because I did talk to Gemma during the week. She contacted me because she said she wanted to let us know that we've raised so far £1,086. Just with a couple of quizzes, £1,086 has been donated by you guys doing this quiz and donating to the Sustain Food Bank based at the Baptist Church in Tunbridge, which has blown me away. I mean, I'm so happy with it. Just to put that into context, that means that around, well, more than 20 families could have received or will have received food for an entire week. Just put that, into context like that. 20 families, 21, 22 families have received food for a week because of us having a bit of fun and then you being generous afterwards. So please consider supporting them tonight if you have fun. You don't have to give massive amounts unless you would really like to, but just maybe the cost of a pint or the amount that you would pay for a quiz, which is £1 or £2, that would be great. And if you do need to inquire about the food bank itself, if in case you're in need and you want to consider using them, they are open for food parcels between 12 and 2 Monday to Friday. And if you're going to donate tonight, as always, justgiving.com/fundraising/Sustain Food Bank. And the important thing for you to know is that the money you donate, it's ring fenced. That simply means it goes into a pot that is purely used for the work of Sustain and nothing else. So when you donate, you can know that the money is going straight to the food bank. So please keep it up. £1,086. It's just phenomenal. Just phenomenal. So, Cousin Dan's after the ice cream. You don't surprise me. We've got 2 Gwens. Let's have a battle of the Gwens. That sounds like fun, doesn't it? Gwen, isn't she in Gavin and Stacey as well? Isn't that Gwen in Gavin and Stacey? Is that Stacey's mum? Am I getting that right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Chris in Sevenoaks, good evening to you, mate. Thank you for joining. We're just about ready to go. We've smashed Our record, 160 players logged in, but that will go up in a couple of moments, I'm sure, as well. So we've gone up from 138 before to 160 tonight. Remember, we're in the lap of the gods as far as the internet is concerned. But what I will say is for over a month now, we've not had any lag, any problems, any dropouts or anything like that. However, if for any reason the server operating MyQuiz does drop out, please do not panic. Simply refresh your device and you will come back in. If you do miss a question for any reason, I sincerely apologise, but who knows, that might put you into 100th place and get that much sought after Taywell Farm ice cream. All right, if you are ready, over 160 players coming in now. Okay, now Gwen wants to make things clear. Her real name is Jen, but we're going to call you Gwen, okay? Because we like having lots of Gwens playing. If anybody else knows anybody called Gwen, please get them onto this quiz, because I feel the more Gwens we have, the better. All right, good evening, Esther. We're going to say good evening to you, and we're then going to move on because it's time we got this quiz underway. Okay, I'm going to head over to MyQuiz. We'll have a 3, 2, 1 countdown, and we're straight into it, guys. Good luck to all of you. Let's go to MyQuiz and kick you off. Here's your 3, 2, 1, and your first question is coming onto your screen. What is the name of the Prime Minister's fiancée who gave birth last week? Carrie Fisher, Carrie Bradshaw, Carrie Simmons, Carrie Joncampin. Yeah, full of comedy in this quiz, as you can see. That is the Madame Tussauds waxwork, which has been changed so that poor old Boris is now carrying his baby around. Carrie Simmons is the correct answer. Not one of you went for Carrie Joncampin. There's nobody here with a sense of humour. Fine, that's okay. I don't mind. Carrie Simmons, yeah, is the correct answer. She's actually the first unmarried of a partner at number 10 to reside there. I never knew that, but that's true. And the baby today was Willie, or Wilfred. Has been named today. Sally Salsa into the lead, then Jack, then Julia, then Talia and Willers. Well done. You're our top 5 to kick us off this evening. Let's go for question number 2. In which part of your body would you find rods and cones? Ears, eyes, heart or brain? Ears, eyes, heart or brain for rods and cones. Where in your body would you find rods? Obviously, I don't mean multiple people called Rod. If that's a rude joke, I apologise for that. That was awful. Eyes is the correct answer. 70% of you getting this one right. And here's our regulars, Nosy Noisy, jumping to the top on 13. Sally Salsa, you've got 13 as well. Now, you two are separated purely because Nosy Noisy got that one quicker. And that's how we separate you if you are tied. Team Green in third. They're tied with Jack and then the Millers. Yeah, and that Willie Johnson is literally what he's called him. Nickname Pecker or something, I don't know. Should have been Richard, really. Willie Richard Johnson, that would have worked. Question number 3. On which arm does Buzz Lightyear have a laser? Left or right? Think. Come on, you've seen this a million times. The Toy Story movies. Which one? What is it? Willie Dick Johnson would have been so much better, Matt. Answers are in. Is it a split or do you know? Let's have a look. Yeah, split down the middle. Nobody's too sure. The right arm, like that. Okay, 49.1% of you getting it right. And well done, Hannah Abbott. You're in the lead. Take a screenshot. You're at the top of the tree. Sally Salsa in second place, also on 18 points. Milamo Vancouver. Are you in Vancouver? Please tell us. Team Green, you're on 17. Jack's on 17. So look at that. 1 point separating our top 5 after the first few questions. Here comes question number 4. In which century was Tunbridge School founded? 14th, 16th, 18th or 20th? Your first local question of the evening. There might be a few more. In which century was Tunbridge School founded? 14th, 16th, 18th or the 20th century? And all your answers are flying in. Let's have a look and see what you've gone for. 16th century is the correct answer. It was founded by Sir Andrew Judd, who gives his name to Judd School. 1553. So, changed everything. Look at this. Tam goes into the lead on 23. She's tied with Sally Salsa, but she's ahead of her because she was faster. Team Green in third, 22 points. Nick on 21. And Floofy Nebula, welcome to you. You come into the top 5. You are in 5th. And there is Tunbridge Schools, if you don't know what it looks like. Here comes your next question. Question number 5 of 50. Which Olympic Games was the first where every participating country had female athletes? Was it Paris 1900, Melbourne 1956, Barcelona 92 or London 2012? There is our own Kelly Holmes winning in Athens. She's been in this quiz a few times, but then she is the most famous person from our town, isn't she? London 2012 is the correct answer. Yeah, it took all that time. London 2012 was the very first game where every single country that participated had at least one female athlete. Paris 1900 was the first to have any female athletes, but it took all that time for every country to be allowed athletes to participate. Countries like Iran, Iraq, Saudi Arabia and what have you, they suddenly allowed their female athletes to take part. It's not the taking part goes into the lead on 25, and it is a 5-way tie at the top. I've never seen that. Close one tonight. How many houses are there in Downing Street, London? 1, 2, 3 or 4? So a second question, I suppose, in a way, about the PM. Downing Street, though, how many houses are there in Downing Street? Are there 1, 2, 3 or 4? Answers are in. Let's see what you've gone for. Correct answer here is 4, and a real split across the answers there. Some of you think there's only one house in Downing Street. It wouldn't be much of a street now, would it? So you've got the Prime Minister at 10, the Chancellor's residence is at 11, most people know that. Then you've got the Chief Whip and the Chief Whip's residence. So 9, 10, 11 and 12. It's not the taking part, goes into the lead on their own. 33 point, Mojo's on 30, Blundell's on 30, Nosy Noisy, you've got 28, and welcome to Billy, who comes into 5th place on 25. Here's number 7. In darts, what is the highest possible checkout with just 2 darts? Is it 80, 90, 100 or 110? Do you play darts? Do you know math? Math might just help you here. 2 darts, what's the highest possible checkout? And your answers are in. Let's see what you've gone for. Lots of dart players here. Some of you went for 100. You're thinking 60-40, but the correct answer is 60-50. You can hit a treble 20 and then a bullseye. So just over 40% of you getting that one right. And a good question for It's for Not the Taking Part, who I'm sure will return any prize that they win tonight if they win one. 38 points for them. Nosy Noisy on 33. Good evening to David Collinson, who comes in on 32. Chalice and Chalice have 30, and Les Champignons, you've got 30 points as well. Here's question number 8 of 50. On July the 20th, 1976, Viking 1 successfully landed on the surface of which planet? Saturn, Jupiter, Venus or Mars? Bit of a history question there, going back to 1976. Viking 1, where did it land? Answers are in. Let's see what you've gone for. Mars is the correct answer. The vast majority of you getting this one right, 67.4%. And a good question there for Billy, who's moved right up. Now just 1 point behind. It's not the taking part. Billy, you're tied with David Collinson, separated by a fastest finger. Tracy, you've got 35 and you're tied with Les Champignons. But again, you're just ahead of Les Champignons because you were slightly faster. That also goes for if you get it right and they got it wrong, if that makes sense. I'm sure it does. Here comes question number 9. In which city does the TV show Pawn Stars take place? Las Vegas, Chicago, New York, or LA, Los Angeles? Have you seen it? Pawn Stars? What is it? Discovery Channel? History Channel? One of them. Very popular show. But where is it set? Answers are in. Let's see what you've gone for. Yeah, clearly a popular show. I really enjoy it, even though it's pretty all made up, isn't it? 61.4% of you got it right. It is indeed set at the Gold and Silver Pawn Shop in Las Vegas. David Collison goes into the lead for the first time. Well done to you. You're on 45 points. It's not the taking part. Dropped to second, 43. Hello, Plank. You're into the top 5 on 40. Tied with Tracy and Les Champignons, all on 40, and all separated purely on correct answers or correct fast answers. Number 10. In terms of population, name the 3 largest cities in New Zealand. 3 different answers here, please. Auckland, Hamilton, Wellington, Christchurch, Hobart. You're looking for 3 answers. The 3 largest cities in New Zealand in terms of population. Chance to pick up some big points here with our first multiple answer question. And you're a clever bunch, yes. Auckland, Wellington and Christchurch. We tried to catch you out ever so slightly here. Hamilton is actually 4th, and Hobart is not even in New Zealand. It's in Australia, which I'm sure some of you spotted straight away. It's not the taking part. That was a good one for you, but an even better one for Tracy, who's jumped straight into second place. She's got 55, so 4 points behind. It's not the taking part. Les Champignons, Chalice and Chalice and Mojo's, you are all tied on 55 as well. Very close quiz tonight, which is good. Number 11. It's a first letter question. What is the name of Tintin's dog in the English version of the books? The first letter of the correct answer. F, R, M or S. So first letter questions, you have to just get the first letter of the correct answer. But what's the dog's name? F, R, M or S is your option. And S is the correct answer. S for Snowy. 61.8% of you getting it right. So you will get some of these first letter questions coming up where they get a little bit tricky, you see, because we only give you one possible letter to the correct answer. It's not the taking part, still out in front. You've got 64. Chalice and Chalice, Mojos, Les Champignons, you've all got 60. Nosy Noisy, still in the top 5. You've got 58 points. So what have we got? Just 6 points separating our top 5 at the moment. Super close. Here comes question number 12. It's the crest of which Spanish football team? Valencia, Real Betis, Real Madrid or Barcelona? Yeah, Litza. That's why we said in the English version, because we know that in the French version, I believe he begins with an F. You can probably type it in and tell us. But in English, he's known as Snowy. So, which Spanish football team? Valencia. 45% of you getting it right. Mojos jumps to the top of the tree. Well done, you. 65. Mojos, is that still the name of the nightclub in Tunbridge? It's been a long time since I was there. Milu, that's it. Milu, that's right, yeah. It's not the taking part. 64. Ricky, 63. The Cheekies are into the top 5, as are the Seagulls, 62 and 60 respectively. Thanks, Esther. I knew it was one of those letters, Milu, but we wanted the English version, which is why I put it in the question. Number 13, which song from Slumdog Millionaire was a hit for the Pussycat Dolls? Fry Show, My Beau, Jai Ho or Hi Joe? There's a tongue twister of a set of answers for you. So, which of those was a Pussycat Dolls song from Slumdog Millionaire? Jai Ho is the correct answer, and we can't fool you. Look, 82.6% of you getting it right. Mojo's still out in front by the 1 point. Is that someone from Mojo's, maybe, the nightclub? Someone tell me, is Mojo's still open in Tunbridge? Obviously, it's shut at the moment, but is it still going? I'd love to know. It's not the taking part, 69. Ricky, 68. Cheeky, 67. And the Stationary Wilburys come into the top 5 for the first time. Good evening and welcome to you. You are on 65 points. Number 14. Who was born first, Freddie Mercury or David Bowie? Was it Freddie or David? Choice of 2, 50-50 if you don't know. Obviously take a guess. Take a guess at all of these. Can't lose points, remember. Answers flying in. Is it a split? Not really. Lots of you went for David Bowie, but actually Freddie Mercury was born first by a year. He was born in 1946 compared to Bowie in 1947. That was a bit of a cheeky one because it was only a year between them. But anyway, if you got that one right, you've probably caught up a little bit. And look, it actually has tightened things up. It's not the taking part in front by 1 point from Ricky, who's 1 point ahead of the Cheekies, who's 2 points ahead of the Stationary Wilburys. And then the Bouncing Pipers come into the top 5. Well done. They've got 70 points as well. Here's your next question, number 15. What is the NATO phonetic alphabet word for K? Karma, kilo, kettle, or night? Karma, kilo, kettle, or night? The NATO phonetic alphabet word for K. Answers are flying in. And we've got them all. Kilo is the correct answer. 2.9% of you think that we recognise the letter K by telling people night. No. Kilo, yeah, is the correct answer. Nearly 90% of you getting it. It's not the taking part, 79. Ricky, 78. The Cheekies, 77. The Stationary Wilburys, 75. We can't separate you guys at the moment from the Bouncing Pipers, who also have 75 points. So after 15 questions, we have just 4 points separating our top 5. Here comes your next question. In May 2019, which team did Tunbridge Angels beat in the Super Playoff final to win promotion? Did they beat Tunbridge Wells, Met Police, Maidstone United or Billericay Town? Another reference to Gavin and Stacey there. And yes, I am wearing my Angels shirt, as I always do when presenting this quiz. Met Police is the correct answer, and rather annoyingly, only 26.3% of you got that right. They won 3-2 in extra time, and it was fantastic, almost exactly a year ago. Ricky got it. He's got into the lead, 83 points. The Cheekies are in second place on 82. Nosy Noisy have 81. Sally Salsa have 79, and It's Not the Taking Part has dropped down to 5th place, tied on 79. Here's your next question, number 17. In which European city did John Lennon and Yoko Ono spend their honeymoon? Was it Amsterdam, London, Paris or Hamburg? Is that true about Bowie? That's quite brilliant. I never knew that, Matthew. That's a fantastic bit of trivia. Bowie's mum was from Southborough and he met his dad at the ABC Cinema in Tunbridge Wells. Wonderful. Amsterdam is the correct answer here, and you can see them doing their famous bed in Amsterdam, where they basically went into lockdown for a week in bed. We're all doing it now. We've done it for months. That's not impressive at all. What's that all about? 45% got it. Ricky got it. He's on 88. Nosy Noisy, 86. It's Not the Taking Part, 84. The Cheekies have 82. The Stationary Wilburys have 80. So just 8 points still separating you. It's very, very close. That's the best bit of trivia tonight, Matthew. Outdone me completely. Next question, number 18. What was the name of Coldplay's first studio album? Shiver, Yellow, Parachutes, or A Rush of Blood to the Head? Coldplay fans anywhere? Answers are coming in. And the correct answer here is Parachutes. 44.4% of you getting it right. Little connection to the area. Coldplay, their last gig before they had their first major hit was at the Forum in Tunbridge Wells, and then they got their first hit, which was taken from the album Parachutes. Ricky in the lead by 6 points now, 93 with the Cheekies on 87. Well, they're 1 point ahead of Nosy Noisy, and then it's 1 point back to the Stationary Wilburys, and It's Not the Taking Part, still clinging on there, 84 points. Here's your next question. Which children's TV show was based on another show called Good Morning Miss Bliss? Was it Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Saved by the Bell, Hannah Montana, or Sesame Street? So there was a program called Good Morning Miss Bliss. It was not really a success, but then they turned it into another show. Which show was it? Time is up. The correct answer is Saved by the Bell, and exactly half of you got this one right. They changed Miss Bliss into, I want to say Mr. Belton? Someone tell me if that's the right answer, but they turned the headmistress into a headmaster, or a principal, a male principal, should I say, and it became one of the biggest TV shows of the 90s. Ricky, 98, the Cheekies, 92, the Stationary Wilburys, 90, Bridget, 88, Nosy Noisy, 86. Someone tell me what the principal's name was in Saved by the Bell. Number 20. In which country is the world's tallest dam? China, Syria, USA, Italy. There it is in all of its glory. Is that in China, Syria, USA, or Italy? Belding. Was it Mr. Belding? Saved by the Bell. That's in my head. Maybe that's it. I don't know. All right, how have we done here? 46.7% getting it right. Lots of you going for the USA. Maybe you're thinking of the Hoover Dam. That's not even close to being the biggest. China is indeed the correct answer. The Jinping-E Dam. It's 1,001 feet high, which is 305 meters. Ricky is the first person to get over 100 points. Well done, you, mate. You're on 103 from the Cheekies on 97. The Stationary Wilburys are creeping up ever so slightly. They're on 95. Then it's Bridget and Nosy Noisy in our top 5. Here's question 21. Which song begins, "This Romeo is bleeding but you can't see his blood"? Is it Bed of Roses, In These Arms, Blaze of Glory, or Always? You probably recognise that they're all songs by Bon Jovi. There is a picture of Bon Jovi, in case you don't know what they look like. Do you know your music? Let's have a look. Always is the correct answer. A real split across the answers here, so a bit pressure was on because you've got to quickly sing it in your head, haven't you? Always is the correct answer, though. Ricky maintains his lead, but the Cheekies got it right as well. They've gone through 100 points. They're 6 points off the lead. Bridget stays in third on 98. Moved up to third. The Stationary Wilburys, they dropped back to fourth. Nosy Noisy on 91. Nobody is telling me the principal's name from Saved by the Bell. It's really annoying. I'm sure it's Mr. Belding. Please tell me. Next question. Which of these Disney films is based on a book by Dodie Smith? Jungle Book, Peter Pan, The 101 Dalmatians, or Mary Poppins? Jungle Book, Peter Pan, The 101 Dalmatians, or Mary Poppins? It's a Disney film based on a book by Dodie Smith. Thank you, Matthew. Thank you. Belding, Mr. Belding, yes. The 101 Dalmatians is the correct answer. 67.9% of you getting that right. So what have we got? Jungle Book is Kipling, then Barry, and Mary Poppins is the one I always forget. I can picture her face. I can't remember. Based on that movie with Tom Hanks. Ricky, 113. The Cheekies, 107. Bridget, 103. The Stationary Wilburys, 100. And Nosy Noisy, you have 99. Yeah, Screech went off the rails, didn't he? If you're looking at the feed, he lost it. 23. On what side of the road do they drive on in Australia? Left or right? That could be a red herring, that picture, or it could be a clue. You decide. P.L. Travers. I always forget her name, Litzer. Always forget. P.L. Travers. Played by Emma Thompson, I think. Wasn't it Emma Thompson in that brilliant movie? I think it was. Left is correct. It wasn't a red herring. It was a massive clue. They don't have to have a koala squatting on their face when they drive, I'm told. That is optional. 69.4% getting it then. Ricky maintains his lead of 6 points over the Cheekies, who have 112. Bridget in third on 108. Nosy Noisy has 104. And here is Danny and Ed playing along together, and they have broken 100 points and got into the top 5 for the first time. Well done, you. Here comes your next question. It's question number 24 out of 50. There are 54 pieces in a set of Jenga, but how many levels are there at the start of a game? Is it 14, 16, 18 or 20? I bet lots of people have been playing Jenga during lockdown. Great game. Brilliant for causing arguments amongst your family. Second only to Monopoly. Let's have a look and see what you've gone for. Quick way of doing this, if you're a darts fan, free 18s are 54, right? So yeah, you've got 3 pieces on each level, free 18s, 54. 57.2% of you getting that one right. Ricky and the Cheekies, they're doing well tonight, still with that 6-point gap between the two of them. So Ricky's out in front, then it's Bridget in third place. The Nosy Noisy guys, they're there on 109, they're not giving up. The Stationary Wilburys are far from stationary, up and down like a yo-yo at the moment, but you're in 5th place as it stands. Here's your next question, number 25. In the book by Alexandre Dumas, what were the names of the 3 musketeers? 3 answers, please. Planchette, Athos, Grimaud, Porthos, Aramis. 3 of them are the 3 musketeers. 2 of them are not. So click 3 answers to get 15 points if you can. An incorrect answer will knock your points down, though. Yeah, most of you getting this. Athos, Porthos, and Aramis are the answers we were looking for here. Planchette was a servant to D'Artagnan, and Grimaud was a servant to Athos. So well done if you got them. Did it change much? Not really. You're all very good. Ricky 138, the Cheekies 132, Bridget 129, Nosy Noisy have 124, and the Stationary Wilburys have 120. Still plenty of time for anybody to win this quiz. Let's have a look at your next question. We're halfway. What's the name of this classic video game? Is that Pac-Man, Asteroids, Space Invaders, or Centipede? Pac-Man, Asteroids, Space Invaders, or Centipede? Did you own the old Atari? Was it Atari 1800, was it? I can't remember. Asteroids is the correct answer. Not too difficult, that one, right? 87.6% of you getting it right. Ricky got it right. It's still that 6-point gap. That could be important if you cling on to it towards the end. 143 points. Then it's the Cheekies on 137. Bridget is still there in third, desperately trying to get into the top 2. She's on 134. Nosy Noisy not giving up either, 132. And Danny and Ed back into the top 5. They've got 125 points. Here comes number 27 of 50. How often does a full moon occur? 7.5 days, 15.5 days, 29.5 days, 37.5 days. A full moon. I suspect this will have a lot of people getting it right. Well, yeah, pretty high. 78.2% of you getting it right. It is indeed 29.5 days. The gap has closed because the Cheekies picked up a bonus there. Well done, you. You've closed the gap on Ricky to just 4 points now. 148 to 142. And then it's 3 points back to Bridget. And then a further 2 points back to Nosy Noisy. And the Stationary Wilburys, not living up to their name, back into the top 5, 130. Here's your next question. This is question number 28. Which car manufacturer produces the Tiguan? Is it Renault, Mercedes, Ford or Volkswagen? There it is, in case you want to know what it looks like. We've taken off the front plate, the front badge, to make it slightly more difficult. Again, I think this could be a big answer. Yeah, 3/4 of you getting it, 75.3%. I don't know, Renault Tiguan, it sounds kind of right, doesn't it? But it's the Volkswagen Tiguan. Ricky, correct, 148. I think you picked up a bonus point there, mate. Well done. Bridget, 144. Nosy Noisy into third, 142. Then it's the Cheekies who are also on 142, separated by being fastest there. And Danny and Ed keep going up, going down, going up again. They're back into the top 5. Here's number 29. It's a first letter question. Which medical drug is named after the Greek god of dreams? M, S, P, and T are your 4 options. M, S, P, and T. Which medical drug is named after the Greek god of dreams? And there is the Greek god of dreams, who looks as creepy as gods come, obviously. M is the correct answer, standing for morphine, and the Greek god was Morpheus, the Greek god of dreams, Morpheus. 40.8% of you getting that one right. I'm not sure what the 38.5% of you are going for, penicillin or something like that. I don't know. Ricky, 1 point lead now to Bridget on 152. Nosy Noisy 147, tied with the Cheekies, and the Stationary Wilburys have 140. Next question, number 30. On which day of the week does the flea market usually take place at the Angel Centre in Tunbridge? Is it on Friday, Saturday, Sunday or Monday? Now, I've done my research. If they change the day, I do apologise. But I took this from their Facebook page to be 100% sure. So please correct me if I'm wrong, but the answer should be correct. Friday is what they list on their Facebook page. Closed at the moment, of course, but more than half of you getting it right, so I feel vindicated. It must be right. 49.7% getting it. Ricky still has that 1 point lead over Nosy Noisy in second place. But look at this. It's Nosy Noisy, the Cheekies and Bridget, who are all on 152 and just 1 point behind. Danny and Ed, you've got 145. Here comes your next question. Which of these is not a song from the musical Les Miserables? I dreamed a dream one day more. Master of the house, does your mother know? So it looks like my sister and her boyfriend down in Torquay have had a power cut in the area. The whole area is out and they've not been able to carry on. Maybe they're carrying on their mobile phones. I don't know. Does your mother know is the correct answer here. 70%. That's by ABBA. You probably knew that. It's I believe it features in Mamma Mia, but it might not. I don't know. Never seen it. Ricky. I don't know how he's doing it, but he's staying out in the lead, but it's still that 1 point. The pressure is on Ricky. 158 to the Cheekies, Bridget and Nosy Noisy, all on 157. And Danny and Ed, they've got themselves into that top 5 and they don't want to leave it now. They're on 150, just 8 points off the lead. Number 32, which of these creatures is unable to stick out its tongue? Is it the koala bear, crocodile, raccoon or tortoise? Try and picture them. One of them cannot stick out its tongue. Physically unable to. Koala bear, crocodile, raccoon or tortoise? Answers are in. The correct answer, you clever bunch. 82.4%. Yeah, a crocodile cannot stick its tongue out at you. It's physically impossible. After all that time, Ricky has dropped back, but only by a couple of points. Bridget goes into the lead. Well done to you, Bridget. You're on 165. Ricky is on 163. The Cheekies on 162. Nosy Noisy 157. And Danny and Ed 155. So that one question there seemed to shake everything up, even though 82% of you got it right. That's bizarre. Next question, number 33. According to a song by Barry Manilow, what colour feathers did a showgirl called Lola wear in her hair? Yellow, red, orange or purple? Answer quickly. That's just water if anyone's interested. Okay, your answers are in. Yellow is the correct answer. The opening line to Copacabana, of course. Yellow, 57.4% of you getting that right. Bridget, she's gone to the top and she stretched her lead with a speed bonus. 172 points. Ricky still in second place on 160. The Cheekies on 167. Danny and Ed slowly but surely creeping up. They've got on to 160 into fourth place now from fifth. And Nosy Noisy, they're back into the top 5 on 157. Next question, number 34. In what year did the first generation iPhone go on sale? 2006, 2007, 2008 or 2009? There is Steve Jobs showing it off. It was a massive deal at the time. Let's see if you can remember. When did you get your first iPhone? 2007 is the correct answer. 32.4% of you getting it right. And the guys at the top of the tree did get it right. Bridget, 177. Then it's back to Ricky on 175. The Cheekies on 172. So just 5 points separating our top 3 teams at the moment. Danny and Ed, you're in fourth place still, 165. Nosy and Noisy, they're still there on 162. So come on, guys. Let's see if someone else can get into that top 5. We are up to question number 35. Look at the picture and please name the character. Is that Karloff, Christian, Christoph or Kevin? Well, it begins with a K, so that helps. Karloff, Christian, Christoph or Kevin? Who is it? If your kids are still up, you're going to get this one right if you get their help. Answers are in. Let's see what you went for. There it is. Christoph is the correct answer from the movies Frozen and Frozen 2. 76.5% of you who have probably had to watch that damn movie many, many times in recent weeks. I do feel for you, but you know, just let it go. Bridget, 182. Ricky, 180. The Cheekies, 177. Danny and Ed, 170. Nosy Noisy, 167. So the same 5 that we've had for a while. Can anybody else get into this top 5? Here is question number 36 of 50. In which country is Absolute Vodka produced? Finland, Russia, Denmark, or Sweden? Maybe you've got a bottle near you. Maybe you're drinking from one now. I don't know. I'm with you, Matthew. Never seen it. Got no reason to. Never want to watch Frozen, ever. Right, what have you gone for? Just 28.4% of you getting this one. Lots of you thought it was Russia or Finland, but no, it's a Swedish product. And normally between the word Absolute and vodka, it does say produce of Sweden in there. But we took that out. Bridget, 187. Ricky, 185. Cheeky's 182. Danny and Ed, 175. And welcome back to the Stationary Wilburys, coming back into the top 5 on 170. So 17 points from 1st to 5th. Here's your next question. Robert Van Winkle is the real name of which American rapper? Is it Stormzy, Vanilla Ice, 50 Cent, or MC Hammer? So they're all rapper names, but which one of them has a real name of Robert Van Winkle? To be honest, if my name was Robert Van Winkle, I'd likely be changing it to something ridiculous as well. More ridiculous, should I say, like Vanilla Ice. 61.5% of you getting that one right. Bridget, you knew that. You know your stuff. Bridget, 193, approaching the 200-point mark. Ricky is not giving up the ghost, though. He's on 190, just 3 points off the lead. But Cheeky's in 3rd place on 187. Danny and Ed, 180. And still the Stationary Wilburys, they're back and they're staying there, 175. Still lots of points up for grabs, everybody. Here's your next question, number 38. The revolutionary Che Guevara was born in which country? Was he born in Bolivia, Cuba, Argentina, or Uruguay? Or Uruguay, if you're from Uruguay. We say Uruguay. Bolivia, Cuba, Argentina, Uruguay. Where was he born? Everybody managing to answer. Looks like over 170 odd players tonight, which is awesome. Argentina is the correct answer. 26.6% of you getting it right. Even though he was famous for being the revolutionary in Cuba, he was not born there. The Motorcycle Diaries, wonderful movie. If you ever get a chance to see it, you'll see that he was born indeed in Argentina. Bridget does break 200 points by getting a speed bonus. Impressive stuff. 5-point lead over Ricky. Cheeky's in 3rd. The Stationary Wilburys move up to 4th, tied with Danny and Ed, both on 180. Number 39. Look at the picture. What guitar chord is that? A major, C major, E major, G major. Do you play guitar? Do you know music? I know neither. I mean, I like Coldplay, so I clearly don't know music whatsoever. So let's have a look and see how you answered. C major is the correct answer, and nearly half of you are guitar players by the looks of things. 48.8% of you getting that one right. Bridget didn't get it. That was a chance to catch up, Ricky. She's on 201. Ricky's on 196 still. The Cheekies, they could have caught up a bit there, but they didn't get it. So 187 for them. Danny and Ed did get it right, and they've separated themselves from the Stationary Wilburys, who got it wrong. You see, just one question can shake things up. Here comes your next question. This is going to be number 40 out of 50 questions. Which actor played Mr. Orange in the film Reservoir Dogs? Was it Harvey Keitel, Quentin Tarantino, Tim Roth, or Steve Buscemi? Harvey Keitel, Quentin Tarantino, Tim Roth, Steve Buscemi. Who played Mr. Orange? He is obviously one of the main characters in the movie. The correct answer is Tim Roth, and a real spread across here, these 4 answers. But just slight majority getting it, 32.5%. Great question for Ricky. He's gone back to the top of the tree, 204. Harvey Keitel was Mr. White. Quentin Tarantino was Mr. Brown, I believe. Steve Buscemi was Mr. Pink, I think you'll find. Bridget, 201. The Cheekies, 187. Danny and Ed, 185. And Nosy Noisy back into the top 5 on 182. So Ricky back at the top of the tree. Can he stay there? Number 41. It's a young photo. Look at it. Who is it? Brad Pitt, Madonna, Angelina Jolie, or Bradley Cooper? It is one of them. It is them as a child. But who? Who is it? Brad Pitt, Madonna, Angelina Jolie, Bradley Cooper. Answers are in. The correct answer, Angelina Jolie. Yeah, the kid's in a swimsuit. That should have given you a clue, but it is a young girl. So, Angelina Jolie, you can really see it in the face. Most of you getting it. Ricky and Bridget, amazingly, did not get that one right. So, a chance for everybody to catch up, and they have done. The Cheekies got it. Danny and Ed got it. Nosy Noisy got it. So, 204, 201, 192, 190, and 187. It still is anybody's quiz. This is a nice close one. Here comes number 42. It's a first letter question. Look at the picture. This picture was taken from within which building? B, E, S, or W? The picture was taken from within which building? B, E, S, W. The correct answer begins with one of those letters. And your answers are in. The correct answer here was option A, B, which stands for Burj Khalifa in Dubai. 42% getting it right, recognising that is taken from the Burj. Ricky and Bridget failed to get that one right again, and so everybody is closing the gap. Ricky stays on 204, Bridget stays on 201, Danny and Ed are now on 195 and just 9 points off the lead. Nosy Noisy is caught up. Here comes Plank from nowhere. They're on 192. All of a sudden, it's a close one. 43. Here we go. Who played the title character in the 2005 film V for Vendetta? Was it Hugh Grant, Hugo Weaving, Hugh Jackman, or Natalie Portman? Wiz Khalifa. Wasn't even an option. Wiz Khalifa. Brilliant. Oh, I'm with you. Well, that's not the rap even. Dan, I get you. I'm way behind. Okay, Hugo Weaving is the correct answer here. Just 35.5% of you getting it right. And look at this. Ricky and Bridget didn't get it. That's 3 in a row. Neither of them have got right. And Plank from nowhere now has moved into 3rd place. He is tied with the Cheekies on 197, but they're separated because Plank got that right and the Cheekies didn't. Danny and Ed, you're on 195. And so all of a sudden, it's 9 points from 1st to 5th. Here's number 44. Look at the picture. Which country's flag is it? Kazakhstan, Ukraine, Botswana, Tonga. Wiz Khalifa, Burj Khalifa. Maybe they're related, Dan. I don't know. So which country's flag is that? Kazakhstan, Ukraine, Botswana, Tonga. These points are important at the top of the tree here now. Let's see what you've gone for. The Ukraine is the correct answer. 70.8% getting it right. Ricky failed to get it. Bridget failed to get it. The Cheekies got it and go into 2nd place. Plank got it. He's in 3rd. They're tied on 202 points, but they're separated purely by who answered fastest. Then Bridget's dropped to 4th. Danny and Ed are on 200 points now and just 4 points off the lead. And just like that, we have got an extraordinarily close quiz. Here's your next question, number 45. At which 2009 awards ceremony did this happen? Look at the picture. Is that the Grammys, the MTV Video Music Awards, the American Music Awards, or the Billboard Music Awards? It was a famous moment when Kanye West interrupted the speech being given by Taylor Swift. I'm going to let you finish and all that. You may have seen the meme. Tough one, but look, nearly half of you got this. It was indeed the MTV Video Music Awards, and 47.6% getting it, including Plank, who in just a few questions has come into the top 5 and gone to the head of the table. He's on 207. I say he, might be a girl, I don't know. Danny and Ed have moved up into 2nd place. They're on 205. Rick is on 204. Hannah Abbott, welcome to you. You're on 202, and the Cheekies are also on 202. 5 questions to go. Here's number 46. In the classic TV show, The Golden Girls, which character was the oldest? Was it Dorothy, Rose, Sophia, or Blanche? I used to love this back in the day in the 80s. Absolutely loved The Golden Girls. The writing was so good. But who was the oldest character? Time is up. Answers are in. Let's see how you've answered. A real split across the answers here. The correct answer is Sophia. She played the mum. But interestingly, Estelle Getty, who played Sophia, was over a year younger than Bea Arthur, who played Dorothy, who was a daughter. They had to make her up to look older. Interesting. If maybe not. Plank, 212. The Cheek is into 2nd place, 207. Danny and Ed have 205. Not sure what's going on with Ricky, not getting anything right at the moment. They've got 204. Stationary Wilburys, 202. 10 points from 1st to 5th. Here's number 47. The international dialing code for which country is simply +7? UK, South Africa, USA, or Russia? +7. You have to dial this in order to be able to dial into this country from outside. UK, South Africa, USA, or Russia? +7. The correct answer here is Russia, 35.1% of you getting it. The UK is 44, South Africa is 27, and USA, of course, is just 1. But Russia is the correct answer. And the Cheekies now go into the lead, 215. Plank down to second. Hannah Abbott is making a charge. She's on 207. Danny and Ed are still there. Ricky has been on 204 for a while. Don't know what's going on there. But you've only got a few questions left. Every single point is vital right now, but the Cheekies lead the way. Here's number 48. In Only Fools and Horses, what was the name of Boycie and Marlene's dog? King, Duke, Prince or Earl? King, Duke, Prince or Earl? The name of Boycie and Marlene's dog in Only Fools and Horses. Plank's getting some support from David on the feed. Duke is the correct answer. I bet you've been binging Only Fools and Horses, haven't you? 78.4% of you getting it. Plank goes back into the lead, 217. The Cheekies drop to second, 215. Danny and Ed, you're in third, 210. Hannah, you've got 207. Ricky is still there, but he hasn't scored points for ages, 204. We've got 2 questions left. One of them has multiple answers. So really, anybody in this top 10 maybe can catch up and still win. Here comes your penultimate question. This is question number 49. Cecil Frank Powell was born in Tunbridge in 1903, but which of the following did he win in 1950? Did he win a Best Actor Oscar, an Olympic gold medal, a Nobel Prize, or a Pulitzer Prize? He won one of those 4 listed things. Cecil Frank Powell, there he is in the picture. The Nobel Prize is the correct answer. It was the Nobel Prize for Physics. And if you ever go to the Pizza Express in Tunbridge, you'll see his picture hanging on the wall. The Pizza Express in Tunbridge is dedicated to him, believe it or not. So half of you getting it right, but Cheeky's got it right and they've got into the lead. From Plank, from Danny and Ed, from the Stationary Wilburys and Sally Salsa. Here comes your final question. It has multiple answers. 5 points for each correct one. Good luck. It comes down to this. Question number 50 of 50. Please select all of the shows created by Seth MacFarlane, BoJack Horseman, The Orville, Rick and Morty, American Dad, Family Guy. 3 of them were created by the American Seth MacFarlane. This is going to be close. Will the Cheekies hang on? Let's have a look and see how you answered. The Orville, that was the tough one. That's correct. BoJack Horseman, no. Rick and Morty, no. American Dad and Family Guy are 2 of his most famous, as we know. So your answers are in. And let's have a look at what happened. Oh my God, they held on. The Cheekies, you are our winners tonight. Well done. We're going to have a look at the full top 10 right now. The Cheekies have done it. Look at this. That was a good question for you at the end. So Cheekies, you had an almighty battle with a number of players, but you've come out on top. Danny and Ed, what a performance from you. You've got into second place this evening, 225 points for you. Sally Salsa, you finished in third, 222. You tied with the Stationary Wilburys, who never really managed to get above 4th or 5th. But look, with all these players, that's still a brilliant showing. Horror number 4. You weren't in the top 5 at all tonight, but you finished in the top 5 off the back of that final question. You're on 220 in 5th. Plank, unlucky, man. Unlucky. You dropped down to 6th. Horror Free is on 215. Hannah Abbott dropped down to 209, but a top 10 finish. Well done. Chalice and G Land, well done to you. You make up our top 10 tonight. So, Cheekies, whoever you are, make sure you drop me a line on the Facebook page so we know who you are, so we can arrange for a nice bottle of Prosecco that will come to you from the Georgian Dragon. But what we would love to know now is who was in 50th and who was in 100th place. If it's you, take a quick screenshot or a picture of your phone or your playing device and send it to us. Tell us in the feed if you were 50th or 100th, because we need to find you. Anna, I'll go into the back end and have a little look in a little bit, and then I will post that on the Facebook page to say how many people were playing. But definitely over 170, which is a huge increase on what we had last week. Who knows, next week, if you keep inviting your friends, maybe we will top 200 people. That would be amazing. We've not had a quiz anywhere that I'm doing with 200 people. So if we can do that with the Tunbridge quiz, I'll be so happy. So let's remind you of the prizes tonight. Well done to our winners who win a bottle of Prosecco delivered to their home, courtesy of Garth, the landlord at the Georgian Dragon. We do need your details. And if you want to order drinks, details are on the screen there. garthpearson@hotmail.co.uk if you want to make an order, or just go to the George and Dragon Facebook page. All the details are there. Did you finish in 50th? Drop us a line and tell us that you were in position 50, because courtesy of Graham, you're going to get a 1-hour massage session after lockdown. Believe me, you are going to be so thankful for this prize. So 50th place. Make sure you drop us a line. And the one that lots of people wanted tonight, the 100th place prize, will be the 4 massive tubs of ice cream from Taywell Ice Creams. You do need to drop me a line so that we can arrange for you to choose your prize online, because you're going to get to choose from over 100 different flavours. And if you want to look them up, taywell.co.uk, you can look them up on Facebook as well. Thank you so much to Ross and his team out at Paddock Wood, who are doing a sterling job in keeping their rather wonderful, lovely little business alive. Let's have a look and see if anyone in the feed is claiming 50th or 100th. Lots of people basically complaining they didn't get it. So Steve came 169th. Steve was 48th. That's close. Gary got 105th, just a few places off the ice cream. Lydia, brilliant, 14th. Gary got 142. Thank you for your kind words, Kevin. I'm, very happy to keep doing this, and thank you for saying such nice things. Let's remind you of what I would love you to do now. You're being so generous every week. There is no obligation to do this. But if you've enjoyed tonight and you've had a bit of fun, well done, Lindsay. Nick's beat you. Got his own back for last week. My brother-in-law has beaten my sister at the quiz. Let's have a look at what you can do now. Please head over to justgiving.com/fundraising/sustain food bank. All we ask is that you donate £1 or £2. If you can afford to give more and you're happy to give more, by all means do, because I know that Gemma and the team at Sustain will be very thankful for it. We have raised an amazing £1,086 in 3 weeks for the food bank. But the more they get, the more families and more people they can help. So please consider donating a couple of quid, the same as you would give to enter any quiz night. Let's do some good. More details for Sustain, if you can't quickly make a note of them now, can be found on the Facebook page for the Tunbridge Quiz, which I know you are all members of. Lots of people saying good, well done to the Cheekies. So Sket was in second. Well done, Sket. Danny and Ed, you got your second place. You did really, really well tonight. So another wonderful quiz. So thank you very, very much for joining me and for giving me your time. All I will say now is please, stay safe. Have a lovely week. Thank you, Emma, for your nice words there. Please, if you've taken a photo, no one is taking photos of playing, which is amazing. Take a photo and post it or send it to me on the Facebook page so we can include you in the live stream. That would be great. Anyway, stay safe. And remember, guys, please stay at home.